In our previous episodes, we journeyed through ancient villages, roaring rivers, and pine-covered trails, finally reaching the Sumatra campsite. Now, in this final chapter of our Har Ki Doon trek, we step into the Valley of Gods, where legends meet the eternal Himalayas. The morning of the 23rd of October was bright and cold. The white peaks gleamed in sunlight, while the moon still floated in the clear blue sky. At 7:50 a.m., we began our trek from Sumatra. The trail passed through dense green vegetation, filled with the music of birds and rushing streams. We crossed a waterfall, balanced on a tree trunk, then a wooden bridge, where water gurgled below. Gradually, the mountains revealed themselves, sunlight touching one peak after another. After crossing another stream, at around 10:15 a.m., Har Ki Doon and Hata peaks appeared in the distance.
ये सामने वाली हर की दून पीक है।
अच्छा।
और ये इस तरफ अभी स्वर्ग रोहिणी वो नहीं दिख रही है। टॉप से दिखेगी स्वर्ग रोहिणी पीक है ना।
अच्छा।
वो वाला आटा पीक है। जो उस तरफ है वो आटा पीक है, जो लेफ्ट में।
अच्छा।
और जो स्वर्ग रोहिणी और बंदरपुर दिखेगी और राइट में दिखेगी इस वैली में।
राइट में जो पीक दिख रहा है, जो दिख रहा है।
We paused to rest, shared biscuits, and soaked in the mountain silence. Another wooden bridge crossed the river beside us, roaring strong and clear. By 11 a.m., we reached a wide open valley, surrounded by pine trees, with Har Ki Doon peak glowing in front. From here, the trail became steep and rocky, 40 minutes of steady climb, through the mountain steps of stone and roots. And then, at 11:40 a.m., the valley opened before us. The majestic Har Ki Doon spread wide, silent, sacred, and serene. We walked through the valley, pine trees lined the river, and the mountains watched in silence. Crossing a rocky bridge, then a wooden one, we reached the heart of the valley. And, at last, the divine panorama unveiled itself. Swargarohini, Bandarpooch, and the Jondhar Glacier, all standing proud beneath the vast Himalayan sky. We took photos with our national flag, a moment of gratitude. Beside us stood a small Shiva temple on a rock, and we bowed in reverence. Even here, a tiny tea stall offered warmth in the cold wind. Tea, snacks, laughter, and the glory of the gods around us. At 1 o'clock, we began our descent. By 4, we were back at Sumatra, tired but filled with joy. At night, under the sky full of stars, we rested in silence, the river singing softly beside our tents. Next morning, the 24th of October, dawned bright again. We left Sumatra at 8:30 am, trekking down towards Osla. The sun was warm, yet the wind cold. Birds flew over the valley, and once again, the moon appeared in the morning sky. On the way, one of our team members injured his ankle. But soon, fellow trekkers and our guides rushed to help. He was safely placed on a horse, an act of kindness that defined our journey. At 12:10 p.m., I met a young villager, carrying heavy bundles of shrubs.
ठीक है
जैसे
हाँ
2000 का घास है
अच्छा
He said they were worth 2,000 rupees, herbs used for
That's it.
medicines,
Very good.
and he'd earn half that for his labor.
ये यहाँ से जोड़ी बुटिया
A simple exchange, yet a story of life in these mountains. By 1:30, we reached Osla camp, and were served a hot lunch, under a playful sky of drifting clouds. It felt good to be back among the village warmth. In the afternoon, we explored Osla village, women working with shrubs, men carrying wooden logs, and children laughing freely.
हाँ हाँ
We watched villagers weaving thick woolen clothes, each about 6 meters long, enough for one winter coat.
छोटू हुई तो एक जैकेट के लिए कितना कपड़ा चाहिए?
एक इस पे बन जाएगा
12 मीटर है।
6 मीटर
6 मीटर है
6 मीटर
12 मीटर।
A lady artisan showed how she spins yarn with a hand spinning wheel, a tradition alive through generations.
बहुत बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया।
टाइम कितना लगता है देखा?
These moments, simple, pure, and timeless, reminded us how closely life here flows with nature. By evening, the distant peaks turned golden in the setting sun. We returned to our camp at 5:30, shared snacks and stories, and watched the stars appear one by one over the quiet mountains. The 25th of October, our last day. After tea, breakfast, and a few final photos, we started descending at 7:30 a.m. Our injured friend rode on horseback, while we followed the rocky river trail. We met an elderly woman collecting ragi crops, a humble reminder of hard work and resilience. After 3 hours, we crossed the Chilarjat campsite and finally reached Dakot at 1:15 p.m. From there, our car took us back to Sangkri, the end of a journey, the beginning of countless memories.
ये दादा लोग पहुंच चुके हैं। 5 दिन का ट्रैक आज कंप्लीट हो चुका है। चलो ये सभी लोग बढ़िया से पहुंच चुके हैं।
This trek was more than an adventure, it was a pilgrimage into nature's heart. Har Ki Doon, the Valley of Gods, will forever echo in our souls. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep listening to the whispers of the earth.